Now, a landslide victory for the Jamaica Labour Party on September 3. But now there is anxiety that public health lost to indiscipline. The reason? Scant regard for the COVID-19 protocols on election day. Kalisha Williams has that story.
There is an expectation that the number of COVID-19 cases will balloon in the coming days, largely because of scenes like these. Supporters from both political parties threw the health protocols out the window on election day. Among the breaches, no physical distancing and persons turning up without masks. This is what happened at one polling station in Portmore, St. Catherine. Of note, there are over 700 COVID-19 cases in the parish.
We must.
In Gregory Park in East Central St. Catherine, the atmosphere was festive as supporters gathered long after they cast their votes. Some persons we spoke with told us they sought divine intervention the night before the election, and so they're not worried. But even as they looked to God for protection, they took little personal responsibility. The government banned this type of activity. As far as the guidelines are concerned, all passengers should have been seated. At all polling stations, temperature checks were conducted, although it started hours after the gates were opened at some locations. But some persons still had concerns.
When I got to the room to vote, on the news I heard that we will be having pencils, and when you use the pencil it would be disposed of. Instead, the guys had less than 10 pieces of pencil that they were sanitizing for everybody else to use. Now, it was against my better judgment, but I'm already here to vote. And if this is what our government and the electoral office, where when we pay our tax dollars, we're trusting them to take care of us, it is sad. And I'm really sorry that I put my life at risk today.
For this resident in Cumberland, which is in the neighboring constituency of Southeast St. Catherine, there is no doubt that the virus will skyrocket.
I know it is going to spread. I took my mom to the post office this morning. All the seniors were out in their numbers collecting their pension, and they weren't social distancing because they are fearful that there will be some form of war or some form of fallout after the election, and so they wanted their monies. And they were there in droves with no provision. No seat, no tent, nothing.
Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.